Today, friends, I am making oats for lunch because that's what you do when you're a fully functioning adult. I'm gonna make my oats and then we're gonna sit down and we're just gonna have like an OATY chat, and I'm gonna eat my oats and you're gonna listen and watch me eating oats. And if you want, you can even make oats to eat with me because that would be kind of amazing. In fact, pause this video, go make some oats and then come back and we'll sit and eat oats. Anyway, I'm gonna do that and then we're gonna chat about life. Let's make some oats. So I have got my oats, my wonderful, wonderful creation, which is so hot that I'm having to lean it on my pillow, and I know I'm gonna get it all over my scarf. So why don't we just unravel this? Lovely, lovely. So I guess what I was gonna have a chat to you guys about is just where I'm at in terms of my like food and training and stuff, because I haven't really spoken to anyone about it, and I probably should. I should probably acknowledge some stuff that's probably not in my best interest. So I wouldn't say that I'm going back into my eating disorder, because like in no way, shape or form I am, but I know that my eating patterns sometimes are controlled by my anxiety, and I can feel that sometimes at the moment I think I'm heading towards that way. So I haven't been tracking macros or calories for weeks and weeks now. I haven't been restricting, I won't say that, but I've definitely been cautious of my intake because I'm not as active, which stems from like, because I was so obsessed with getting like 20,000 steps a day. And it's funny because I would have never said that I was over exercising, I would have never said that I was having issues or anything, but I just had to get to that number. And for me, like, I wasn't trying to get that many steps so I could lose weight or anything like that. For me, it was in order to feel like I was good enough, in order to feel like I'd done enough, I'd accomplished enough for the day, in order to feel successful, which is so stupid. And in order to feel like, because I was on quite a high calorie intake at the time, and probably I needed more. And in order for me to feel like justified in eating that much, well, that's how I would justify it, by doing so many steps, and then on top of the training that I was doing as well. And now that I see that, and I'm just like, Amy, what were you doing? Which is so frustrating. But at the time, you know, you can never see this stuff. It's like when you're actually going through an eating disorder, you're in complete denial the whole time. You literally don't know. I remember when I was 12 and I was so sick. I was literally like on death's door, guys. And I went to the psychiatrist because my parents, they had no idea what else to do. So I went to the psychiatrist and she said they need to get blood work done like ASAP. And so that afternoon I went and I got my bloods taken. And then that night the psychiatrist called and said she needs to go to ER the next day. Like, this is not good. And even then, like, I remember it was my dad's birthday. I remember everything so clearly. Even then, like, all my family was around and I was just crying, but I thought, I'm gonna get there and they're gonna just say send her home. Like, there's nothing wrong with me. Even though I got to hospital, I legit had hypothermia. I had really low potassium levels, which can give you a heart attack. And I was just so frail. I couldn't see it. It's just so strange how we live in denial of our own problems. And I'm getting on a major rant here, but anyway, I haven't been actively restricting, but I know I probably haven't been eating as much as I should have. My weight has fallen. Like, I don't want to say what my weight is, even though I usually share my weight with you guys. I just don't really want to right now, but it hasn't been this low in 2.5 years. And my BMI is classified as underweight now, which is not what I want, mostly because I know it's not good for my health, and it's not good for me as a role model. I see myself as a role model, but a potential influencer, and that's not something I want to portray. And plus, I just want to sit and eat my oats. Oh, it's so hot. I reheated them before I ate them because I like things really hot, but that's next level hot. Anyway, yesterday I wasn't feeling that great in the afternoon. Like, I felt a bit lightheaded and stuff. I just thought it was my normal anxiety. Out of curiosity, I put everything that I'd eaten into my Fitness Pal. I think it was like 530, and it was only 700 calories, which is not great. But more than that, it was only 10 grams of sugar, and I'm someone that's used to, not a high sugar intake, but I used to eat a lot of fruit and stuff. I have tried to cut down because I know that sugar isn't good for anxiety. But then I had something with sugar in it and I felt 10 times better. So I really, really need to watch that. My problem is that I get sucked into this idea that there are certain foods that will make anxiety worse, or there are certain food groups. Like, oh my god, maybe gluten will be causing my anxiety. And because I don't want to acknowledge that it's just all in my head, I try to find all of these external things. Like, maybe it's gluten causing my anxiety, maybe it's sugar, maybe it's chocolate, maybe it's this, maybe it's that, until I drive myself crazy. And it never is that stuff. Like, I have cleaned up my diet a bit and that has helped, but it never is that stuff. It's just all in my head. I know that if I don't try and actively try to eat more right now, I am doing myself like a disjustice. But then it's just hard. It's just hard because I don't have that validation anymore. And plus, like, something everyone freaks out about. So you guys know that I just went on, I don't know if they are antidepressants. I'm pretty sure they are. SSNRIs. I just went on some of those, and the side effects, of course, are weight gain. You know, that's why we always are terrified to take antidepressants, and you hear these stories like people gaining like 10 kilos overnight. I've been on them now for nearly 2 weeks, and my weight has like gone down by like only like 200 grams. But that goes to show that like I didn't balloon overnight like I thought I would. But then I have this theory in my head that if I start eating more, the pills will go, oh my god, just eating more, let's hold it all as fat, and then I'll gain all this weight, which is so stupid. What's been really hard as well is like seeing my body change and seeing bits get softer, and it's just so ridiculous. Like, I'm still so lean, but just like, I feel like you guys get me on this. So plans are, I think for a little bit, I'm gonna start tracking calories and macros again. I just have to. It's so weird. If I don't track, I just undereat. Like, I can't help it. I don't do it, or sometimes I do it. No, I wouldn't even say I ever do it on purpose, but I just do. So I'm gonna try and track again. I'm going to try to get to 2,000 calories a day. In the same light, like, I'm not gonna force it on myself, because half the reason I was so stressed out before was because I was trying to hit my macros, hit my calories, do all this stuff. So I'm not gonna force it, because that just creates unnecessary stress that I do not need. I haven't been going to the gym per se. It's Wednesday now. I haven't been since Friday. I'm going tonight because I have a yoga class. But I'm just not loving the environment right now. It's really weird. And so I'm just remembering that, you know, the gym will always be there. So I have like a spin bike on my balcony, and I'm just loving being outside and being active outside and doing something different, and not being like in a gym where it's like stuffy and there's mirrors and loud music, and it's just not serving me right now. And I like that I'm in a place where I can actually acknowledge that and be like, hey, I just don't think this is what I need right now. It does make me feel guilty. It does, definitely. Especially on days like I haven't been very active, and then it gets the afternoon and I'm like, oh, I should go to the gym, but I'm just really tired. Because that's another thing, like my medication makes me kind of tired a lot, and so like when I'm tired, it's the least thing I want to do. Like, anyone's like that. Legitimately though, I go to bed, I go to sleep at like 10:30. I don't wake up until 8. It's amazing. I get a lot of sleep and I'm so tired. But yeah, I'm actually gonna start uploading balcony workouts to Instagram, because they're really cool, because you don't need any equipment, or you don't need much equipment. You can do them at home. They're fun. You can play your own music out loud. And so I want this to become a thing, because you don't always have to go to the gym to get a good workout. And that's something I'm going to try and get across, because I think that's important to see, especially for people that have mental health issues. They may not necessarily want to go into the gym, they may be too afraid. It's a really good place to start, and you feel so good after it, especially because you're in the sunshine. So I don't know if this camera angle is the same, because I had to charge my battery, and now everything is just not as good. I think my mouth is purple. Oh no, it's not. Okay, so I've been eating the oats because you had to charge. Anyway, this whole series is called Gaining Life, and so if I need to gain weight, I have to gain weight. I guess because like my life isn't on the line because of my weight, and I don't know, I just have so many feelings towards gaining weight, and I just don't want to, and I don't feel like, it sounds so dumb, I don't feel like I deserve to, because food is good, and I don't feel like I deserve to eat more food, if that makes sense. Nothing in my head makes sense. That's why I'm here. At least if I can gain like a kilo. Now that doesn't sound like much to some. To my little body, getting a kilo is actually hard work. I can't remember the last time I gained a kilo. Oh, this carob is so good. Carob is one of those things, like, especially if you don't get the right brand. I've had some carob that's literally disgusting. It tastes like vomit. But if you're in Australia, the carob kitchen, they do little bears and they do like blocks, and this is an Easter egg. Oh, they're so nice. Again, it's an acquired taste. As long as you don't think about it being chocolate, it's fine. Because they're like, oh, great chocolate alternative, but it's not chocolate. It's definitely not. So don't think of it like that. There is nothing like a bowl of oats. Unfortunately, the oats are all done now, and that concludes our OT ramble. But yeah, I just want to be honest with you guys about what I'm going through right now, and that's kind of where my thoughts are with that. Like, I wouldn't say my eating disorder's coming back. I'm not getting eating disorder thoughts, but things are kind of not quite right, and I have to work on that. And so I think I'm gonna sit down and make a plan, make a schedule, speak to some people about it, and see how they sort of go about the situation, and I will keep you guys filled in. If you have a particular request for these OATY chats, whether that be flavor of my oats or toppings of my oats, or even something you want me to speak about, as always, let me know. Follow me on my Instagram, follow me on my Snapchat, and I will see you in my next video.